Hello there. So as you know, I've come down to South Wales for the day. Well, it's actually for a few days. I've come on a bit of a waterfall expedition, a bit of a photography trip, and a bit of a wild camping excursion. It's kind of a treat for my birthday. I like to get away on my birthday if I can. On the way, I decided to make this first video about this gorgeous waterfall here. It's a little roadside waterfall that I found on my way to my first locations. I've just had a bit of an explore of it. It's got quite a bit going for it. There's a few shots up that way. There's another shot just down here, which I need to get to. Now obviously the title of the video will be the waterfall. I'm not sure of the name of it off the top of my head, but I will find out, ready for when this video goes out. And the first thing to do, I think, if we start at the bottom and work our way up, see if we can get a few good shots in. Okay, so the first shot I'm going to get, I've come down to the bottom waterfall first. As you can see under the bridge, I've actually got a nice framing, if I turn you around in a second, of the waterfall in the background. That's pretty much the shot I'm going for. I've set up down here quite low with these rocks in front of me. Camera set up here with these moss covered rocks looking straight up at the waterfall. Now you may have noticed there's a little gizmo on the camera. I have gone back to an SLR. I've gone back to the Canon 5D Mark II. It's only a temporary camera, but it'll serve my purposes for now. But I've actually got a little eyepiece on that allows me to see down into the viewfinder at the back. One of the biggest problems with DSLRs is the fact that you can't actually move the screen on most of them, which means you can't compose the image. That little gizmo gives me the ability to do that. Hopefully this shot will be good. If it is, here it comes. And I'll come back to you on the next waterfall at the top there. Okay, so I've come a little bit close to this one. Now, as you can see, I've come over the other side of the road and I've come to this waterfall here, this part of the waterfall that's behind the bridge there. Before we were on the bank, I don't know if you can see it, we're on that little bit of embankment over there, shooting through the waterfall looking at this one. Now, I'm actually down here in the middle looking straight at the waterfall, and so far this is getting me a much better image of this waterfall anyway. I think that image was pretty strong, but this one looks pretty good too. I've got my polarizer on, taking the glare off the water. There isn't much, There is just a little bit coming through the tree, so I'm just taking that reflection off. And I'm shooting about half a second just to get the movement in the water. Once again, I'm actually using that little gizmo on there to actually look through the viewfinder to line my shot up. I'm finding it easy enough, but it is a learning curve as well. I'll show you a close-up of it. That's the idea. That links up to the normal viewfinder here, and I can look through here. That gives me a view, basically, through the viewfinder. That helps me line the shot up. Now, it does have a 1.25 crop on it. So I just use the viewfinder at the back, the LCD, just to make sure I'm exactly where I want to be on the image. That setup's working fine, so in the longer term I'll have to make my mind up between Canon 5DS R or the mirrorless cameras. 5DSR is cheaper, so that may be the way I go. I do miss the high resolution, so we'll see what happens with that. Now for this, nothing spectacular about this image. I'm just using the rocks in the front here as a leading line and getting a shot straight onto the waterfall. Now from here, the side shots don't really provide as much as they might normally provide. There's not really that much in it compositionally by going at either side. I think the money shot is very much here, looking straight on. If I show you what I'm looking at, as you can see, I'm set up looking at these rocks here leading to the waterfall, and they line up nicely with the central waterfall there, and I've got these two little falls on either side. If I move myself over here, as you can see, a side shot doesn't really offer much. And on the other side, there aren't really that many places to go, so I'd be limited to on those rocks there and just get what I can get. Now before I leave this location, I'm going to go a bit further up and see if there's anything further up. There is a fall I can see over there, and there may be something a bit further up, but I'm not going to linger here too long. So I've got to get to my next location, what was originally my first location, which is another hour and a half away. I'm hoping to get at least another 3 locations done today before I set up camp for the night. They will of course be different videos. If this image is any good, I'll pop that up now for you, and I'll come back to you at that top fall there. Okay, so I've set up for my third shot from this location. I'm set up in the water down here, looking straight at this waterfall that goes off at an angle. I'll show you, turn you around in a moment, and I'll talk you through what I'm looking at. I'm absolutely loving the overall look and feel of the image. All this moss and the bedraggled bits of moss and grass hanging down, and I just like the wild look of it. This isn't a main waterfall by any stretch of the imagination. Not many people come here. It very much is a roadside find. Now, as I go up, the waterfalls do continue. I think this goes up a mountain at the back here, or at the very least a very large hill. And I think those waterfalls do continue, but this is going to be my last shot from here. Mostly because time's pressing, and to be quite honest, there's nothing further up there that's any more impressive than what I'm getting down here, so I'm pretty happy with what I'm getting here. if I turn you around and show you what I'm actually getting, as you can see, I've got my camera set down here, and I've got it set looking that way at that waterfall there that goes off at an angle leading towards the waterfalls at the back. Now I'm using the rock and the flow of the water as a leading line, with that waterfall there being the main subject, leading to those waterfalls there, they'll be in the background. And that's being framed nicely by these trees they're going over, and that branch there that's actually leaning over towards the waterfall there. That's the shot I've gone for. Hopefully it'll work out when I've edited it. I'll just get from up here. Now it is, of course, the edit that's going to make that shot. Don't know how I'm going to edit yet. That's from my perspective about 3 or 4 days time when I get home. But at the moment I'm loving what I've got there. Whatever happens with that image, here it comes. Okay, so as I mentioned before, that is it from this video. It was only a brief stopover on my way to my primary locations, but when I drove past it, I couldn't resist that. It was a really nice looking waterfall. Obviously the title of the video will be the name of the waterfall, and I may or may not be adding it to any future books because it is a pretty fall, that. I've quite enjoyed stopping over here, and so far this trip to South Wales is actually proving just what I need. It's just the ticket. Serious break from everything, and a good chill out time. So now I've got to find somewhere to turn around because the sat nav's telling me I need to go back that way to my main location. I don't know why it brought me this way in the first place, but there may have been traffic or something like that. But yeah, we'll soon see. I may or may not be seen in the future. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and the images, and please tune in for the next one. They'll be a bit more organised, a bit more like my usual content. This one was very much off the cuff, so hopefully it's turned out well. I'll see you in the next video then. Bye for now.